2022 Heart Baseball Media Day. I'm your host, Stephen Davis. Right now, we're excited to be joined by the head coach at Peru State College, Wayne Allbury. Coach, thanks for spending some time with us. How are you?
Good. Glad to be here today.
It's great to have you on. You're one of only a couple teams in the league that started the season already. MNU was the other. You guys had a 3-game series down in Wichita against Friends University. How did it go for your team to get out there and have some game action?
Well, the weather was nice. We didn't come away with a victory, and we didn't have, with the way play NAI works sometimes, we didn't have all our players with us. So we were missing 3 top arms and a couple other position players, but no excuse. Friends is a great program, and I thought we saw some good things, and then saw some things we didn't do so well. So, but a good start. And then, of course, we're canceled this weekend. So there you go.
That's how it goes this time of the year, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, your team had a solid season a year ago, tied for 3rd in the Heart. What's it going to take this year to build on that, move up in the standings, and challenge for the top spot?
Well, something that we really haven't done great lately, that we've done in past years, is we probably need to be a little better defensively this year overall. We showed some signs of pitching it pretty well last year, but we can improve in that area. Last weekend we threw a lot of young arms, and we gave up a lot of free passes. So we definitely have to improve in that area. I think our older pitchers with more experience will help us get through that part of it. But we have to just put more emphasis on just being better defensively this year to maybe that'll get us over the hump.
How is your team handling things so far? You talk about trying to get over the hump, and you didn't have all your bodies last weekend, and you guys obviously battle the weather a lot early in the season. How is your team this year handling adversity and dealing with things like that?
Well, again, having some older players that have been here and having to practice inside, and sometimes we get to go out on the football field and get on the turf, and they're handling it pretty well. I think maybe we've been outside on the field once. So, but other than that, they're doing a pretty good job with it.
Awesome. Well, let's talk about your team and some of the specific names. Who are some of the top pitchers you're looking to for innings this year, both starters and in the bullpen?
Well, one of our top starters returning is Sebastian Rodriguez, and he did throw last weekend, and he did a solid job. We just couldn't get a victory. We have 2 new young men, Diego Oquendo and Emmanuel Cabrera, that are going to be in our rotation that we're really excited about. They did not get to throw last weekend, so we go to Texas next weekend, and hopefully they'll be ready to go and pitch for us. Juan Rodriguez is a guy that did some good work for us out of the bullpen last year. John Laureano did some good work for us out of the bullpen last year, so we're really counting on those guys. Devin Adams pitched for us and played a position last year. He actually had to start a game last weekend, did pretty well, but we're going to kind of count on him to be our closer moving forward. And then offensively, the anchor to our offense is going to be Jose Solis. Played 3rd last year. We've moved him to 1st. Jesus Tavares is back for his senior year. Other than that, we have a lot of new faces offensively. So we're kind of, and some of those guys did a nice job last weekend.
How tough is it with new faces to get them blended in, especially, as you said, when you've been out on the field one day here early in the preseason, trying to figure out what they can do once you get into games now?
Yeah, they, we have a couple of kids from California, and they just said their style of baseball was a little different than what they realized it would be here. They said they saw more home runs last weekend than they saw in their whole season last year. So, you know how the Midwest wind can be, the ball carriers.
Oh, yeah.
And so but they're excited, and they're really going to kind of anchor us as well. We have Wes Bradford in the outfield and Will Reynolds in the outfield, and then Garrett Pavlitich did not get to play last weekend, but he'll be at shortstop for us. So we're excited to be able to get him in the lineup next weekend.
Good. All right. We got 4 questions to wrap things up here. Give me first answer that pops into your mind. Okay. All right.
Okay.
You're not only the baseball Peru, you're also the athletic director. How much have you enjoyed the dual role and being involved with the other sports as well?
Well, I wasn't originally ever going to be in administration, but I really like it, and it almost seems like you're coaching a team when you have a coach or a group of coaches you're working for and trying to help them better their programs. But I really enjoy it.
You were at Peru State as a head coach, went to Florida, came back. What brought you back to Peru? And obviously not as ideal a baseball climate as it is down in Florida.
Well, I always tell people I should have never left, but left to go. My dad was a little older, went down there for a year, and then was fortunate enough to be able to come back because I sure love Peru. That's for sure.
All right. Peru's obviously a special place. Dual-ended question here. What's special about Peru and specifically your baseball facility as you try to sell it and the school to recruits?
Well, I mean, I love Peru because it's in a rural area, and but you're close enough to Lincoln and Omaha to go do things you want to do, and Peru's just a neat campus. I mean, when you drive on it, it's neat. Second part of the question, I'm sorry, you got me thinking about Peru a bunch.
The baseball facility.
Well, no wonder I forgot that, because our facility is okay. We could be better, but I will say this: we are in the process of designing and developing plans and fundraising for a brand new indoor facility with locker rooms, bathrooms, meeting rooms, and a dome, so we can practice indoors. So we're really, really excited about that.
Very cool. Very cool. Then we're wrapping things up, asking every coach the same question. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when we say Heart baseball?
To me, the most competitive conference in the country. I mean, we've sent three people to the opening round, three teams to the opening round 3 times in the last 5 years, and there's not many conferences doing that.
Absolutely. Coach Allbury, best of luck this season. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much.
That's Wayne Allbury from Peru State.